Greetings, folks. Iolair here. Today is Wednesday, August 12th, and Wargaming has rolled out on the World of Warships website two articles regarding 098, both of which I'm going to go over here, and I'll leave links to in the description below. The first article is the announcement of the first round of public testing of 098, and the other is the developer bulletin for 098, which tends to act as a extension and refinement of the developer blog post that was put up on 098 a couple of weeks ago. So the first item is announcement of the public testing of 098. Testing starts tomorrow, Thursday, August 13th, and at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's here on the west coast of North America, so check your local time zone. We will be able to test asymmetric battles. We are going to be able to participate in the 5 epics of the Navy campaign and collection, and we'll be able to go through the shipbuilding phases in the dockyard, but you cannot earn the ship, the anchorage. This is typical in public testing, is that when we have a dockyard event that gets tested, the ship itself doesn't get earned and put in port. That's not part of the testing, but you can go through the mechanics of doing the dockyard event. And usually all of these things, collections and campaigns and the dockyard activities tend to be much easier and can be completed much more easily than they will be on the live server. Basically, Wargaming wants testers to be able to get through all of the mechanics and all of the phases of these events quite quickly in the public test server to basically exercise all the different aspects of the feature. These are the rewards we can earn on our live servers for the testing. It's very important to make sure that your email address that you use for whatever server you want, live server you want rewarded, matches the email address of the on the public test server. This is something that I personally learned recently because I changed my email for my live server, and because that wasn't the same as what I used on the public test server, I wasn't earning some rewards for some of the testing. But this is the list of the rewards that we can complete. When you get to the public test server, it will tell you what you need to complete in the combat missions to get this increasing set of rewards. Also, the rewards for the Wargaming containers provide 1 day of premium time to your live account. Next item is an update on the summer season. So Wargaming is trying to motivate players to continuously go to the public test server, to test repeatedly, and so they have these seasons. Now the summer season started with public testing of 096. Continued through 097 and ends with 098. There's a series of rewards that you can earn, which includes an emblem, a unique flag, a patch, and a premium tier 6 container. I'm not sure what's involved in completing the directives in order to actually get that. I don't know if these are fairly involved or not because I haven't been testing too much as of late, so I haven't researched this too far. But if you go to the public test server, if you're interested in doing this, it will have the directives, and maybe I'll do a quick update video here to go into that more detail once the public testing is up. And then they're also mentioning that anybody who has possession of all 4 different season emblems will be rewarded with a new public tester warrior emblem, which is one of these things that you can choose in your live server to display other, for national symbols or your patch or whatever. You have the option of choosing an ultimate public testing warrior emblem. There are a series of rewards that we can get for completing the directives on the live server. We will get 2 5 epics of the Navy containers. I'm going to get more to this in the next article on the 5 epics of the Navy. And the mission can only be completed once, playing tier 8 through 10 ships in random and ranked battles. So again, when you get to the public server, you can take a look at the specific details of the missions required to complete and earn these rewards on the live server. It also says here that you can unlock previous summer season missions if you complete the 3rd one. So it says completing the above mission, the summer season 3 mission, unlocks the summer season 2 mission, And then if you complete the Summer Season 2 mission, you can then unlock and complete the Summer Season 1. So if you haven't had a chance to test and you're interested in getting all of the Summer Season missions done on 098, it looks like we can do that. All right, next item is starting bonuses. Basically, this is how the accounts are set up when you go and start your account or start your public testing account. They give you lots of stuff to start with. They give you 500 million credits, 30,000 doubloons, 90 days of premium time. Again, that's premium time on the public test server. That's not for your live server. Basically, this is to give you a very sort of content-rich or content-rich account to test on the public test server in order to do all the work. You can do free commander respecs. Ships, the ships will start with tier 5 and tier 7. All the ships will have 15-point commanders, and then the cost of researching ships and buying them is a lot cheaper. It's like 2,000 XP tier up through tier 8, and then 4,000 XP for tiers 9 and 10, and the cost of buying the ships is quite low. So, but with 500 million credits, the cost really isn't an issue. And then, and it says if you're joining the public test server for the first time, then you will get these. So in my particular case, I already have an account, so I'll have all of these benefits already. And then lastly, they have a link to the instructions on how to install the public test version. So the key to keep in mind here is that the public test server requires its own separate installation of World of Warships, so 50-60 gig. So keep that in mind. If you're interested in participating, there is some significant machine resources and disk resources required to install a separate installation separate from your regular live installation. All right, so that is the announcement of the public testing first round. Next article is the developer bulletin. Again, this acts as an extension and refinement to the developer blog post, which I did a video on a couple of weeks ago. They tend to make some adjustments, and we see some sort of nomenclature changes as well. First item is a reminder that the theme of the update for 098 is the 5th anniversary of World of Warships. We get an updated designers table port, and we will also have the 5 epics of the Navy permanent campaign and a collection to go with it. The way I read this article, it says the collection exists, but only the campaign is permanent. But since the campaign is permanent and it's the basis of getting the collection items, presumably the collection is getting the collection you can do take as much time as you want as well. The original name of this collection and event was called 5 Ages of Navy, and it looks like they've now renamed it to the 5 epics of the Navy. So just a minor nomenclature change there. Reward for completing the campaign is an epical camouflage, which again, they'll have a picture of a sample below. The collection will have 5 sections. Each will have 6 elements. And then we can exchange duplicates 1 for 1. We earn the collection items by completing campaign missions, which will earn these 5 epics of the Navy containers, each of which will have drop N element. So I read 1 element from the collection, and if you get a duplicate, you can exchange 1 for 1 for anything that you may have missed, as well as other rewards. Again, they don't say anything here about being able to purchase any specialized containers. This looks like this is specific to the campaign. And then the reward for completing the collection is a tier 9 epical camouflage, and this is what it looks like on the Friedrich der Große. All right, so that is the campaign and the collection. Next item is the asymmetric battles. We can test this or participate in the first 2 weeks of the anniversary when the update comes out. So I read this as quasi-public system testing to see what the appeal is of this new battle mode. I also think that they're trying to keep the period when it's available relatively short to sort of maximize the novelty of the new game event, so that people participate, and they create, well, for lack of a better term, some false scarcity in order to motivate people to participate in the asymmetric battles when they in the limited time that they are out. Reminder that the for the asymmetric battles, there will be two teams. The first one will include 4 to 6 Tier 7 and Tier 8 ships, and they will compete against a team of 8 to 12 ships of Tiers 5 and 6. And in order to participate at Tier 7 and 8, we have to earn a new temporary resource called battle tokens. To obtain battle tokens, you have to participate in asymmetric battles. So again, this looks like a kind of a chicken and egg thing. I don't know who gets to participate in with Tier 7 and 8 ships if nobody starts with any battle tokens. I'm sure that there will be more details on how that gets sorted out, or maybe I'm missing something obvious. The other point they make here, which is kind of interesting, is that you actually get more tokens the lower the tier you play, and so that's probably some motivation to get people to play the Tier 5s and Tier 6 ships as well. All right. And then, this is probably, and then this comment is just motivation to participate in the battles. All right, next item is the dockyard. Just a reminder that we will be building a new premium Tier 8 U.S. Navy heavy cruiser, the Anchorage, and the rules look unchanged, but they've also mentioned that the list of rewards for the shipbuilding phases has changed. They have an example here that completing phase 12 will bring you 100,000 free XP. They don't list what the other rewards will be for the different phases, but it looks like the rewards are going to be different. And then they've got the conditions of the dockyard event. It's very similar to what we did for the Odin. There will be 20 shipbuilding phases. Each phase can be completed by finishing directives or spending 1,750 doubloons. The directives will span 098 and 099. They say the dockyard itself will be available until the end of update 0910. The way I read that means that visually you can go to the dockyard in 0910, but any work that you need to do to finish building the ship has to be done by 099. In total, we can complete 18 phases using directives, quote, for free, basically playing the game. And then the last two phases have to be done by buying with 1,750 doubloons each. So 3,500 doubloons, which is basically 14 US dollars or whatever your local currency equivalent is, to get a Tier 8 premium. They've also mentioned that they've got, again, the national camouflage for the Anchorage, which I think this just looks totally cool. All right. And then they also mentioned here that if you complete the ship early, and then any subsequent shipbuilding phases you do complete, you'll get 600 research points. That is unchanged from the developer blog. Next item is the victory bonus. So this is a reminder that the first win in each ship starting at Tier 5 during the update for 098 will allow us to get a victory bonus. This is that little token here that we've got, this sort of chevroned icon here. The rewards will be for Tiers 5 through 7. We will get 2 anniversary camouflages. These are actually quite nice camouflages. They get you 100% bonus on the ship XP, as well as 100% on the free XP. So they're pretty nice from that perspective. For winning Tier 8, in Tier 8 ships, we get 1 gift container. Each gift container contains 5... I'm sorry, I need to open this. Each gift container contains 5 special signals. So we get 1 for completing or winning a Tier 8 battle. For Tier 9 ships, we get 2 gift containers. And then for Tier 10, we get a super container. So if you are, on the brink of getting a Tier 10 ship, you might want to try to get that locked down either before or during 098 so that you can get a win in that Tier 10 ship and get a super container out of it. Next item, ranked battles, just a one-liner, just to remind us that there's going to be ranked battles, Tier 10 ships in 8 versus 8 format. There's no other detail here. Expect another article on that. And then some, looks like some subtle changes to how fog gets rendered Looks like a fairly subtle change to visibility, and or not to visibility, but to the just to the graphics. And then the last item here is apparently they're adding a new soundtrack or audio recording to the soundtrack for In Battle. So if you're a fan of Wargaming's In Battle soundtracks, it looks like we've got a new audio recording to listen to. So that was a very quick, oops, sorry about that. That was a very quick overview of the developer bulletin. Again, I'll leave a link to both of these articles in the description below. I do strongly recommend that you go read through them because I did skip over some things. I went fairly quickly on some of this stuff, but hopefully this gives you some motivation. Take a look at what's coming in the release. It looks really good, and I hope everybody enjoyed the information and the content. Thanks much for watching, and as always, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.